So standard equation of the hyperbola. What is the equation of this hyperbola? Already I told you, x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. But how do we get that hyperbola? That you let us see here. As per the definition is a and b are the vertices and o is the center of the means, and this x-axis has a transverse axis and y-axis has a conjugate axis. Okay. So in the hyperbola we are having these denotions, that here it is given to you b square equal to c square minus a square, but I used to always suggest to you that you do remember that c is more, c square equal to a square plus b square. In case of ellipse, a is more, a square equal to b square plus c square. Like that, if you remember, there will be a easiest task to remember. C is the distance of the focus from the center. A is the length of the semi-transverse axis. B is the length of the semi-conjugate axis. Okay. P1 is a point taken on the hyperbola P1 F2 minus P1 F1. So is that all equals to 2a. So eccentricity is a measure of the deviation of the conic section from being a circle. Eccentricity is the measure of the deviation of a conic section from being a circle. Means a circle nahi hone ka. So that's why the ratio between the C and A is denoted by eccentricity. Okay, so these are the things you need to remember. And how do we get the equation, standard equation of the hyperbola? Let us see here. Center is, first case, let us take into consider 0, 0, and the focus points are c, 0 minus c, 0, and vertices are a, 0 minus a, 0. Okay. When you take the y-axis as a transverse axis and x-axis as a conjugate axis, transverse axis is, then in that case also point A only will be there. Means you do remember that A will be on the transverse axis. Either it may be x-axis or it may be a y-axis. Major axis में, in ellipse में major axis में ये होता है. वो x-axis होने दो, y-axis होने दो. Okay. So case 1 is x-axis as a transverse axis. Let us take into consider. So in this situation, the points of these all you know that here the distance of the focus from the point, any point, common point is taken on a hyperbola. The distance of the point x1, y1 here, and the distance between the 2 points is here. Using the distance formula, we will find out the Pf1 distance. That is, we are going to get x plus c whole square plus y square. The distance from the P to F2 we will find out, which is equals to x minus c whole square plus y square. And the difference of Pf1 and F2 will be equals to 2a. From the equation number 1. So that is nothing but the difference between these two under roots, whatever it is given to you, will be equals to 2a. Can anyone tell me why it is 2a? Because in place of the P, you take the point B. Then we are going to get the same thing as a 2a. B, in case of the P, you take the point B. Just like a point B, P is you are taken, like that you take the point B. So B to F1 distance minus B to F2 distance, subtract. This total distance, B to F1 distance is what? 2A plus C. From that, B to F2 distance is C. Isn't it? The total distance. So here to here the distance is A, here to here the distance is C. Here to here the distance is c. So these two distances are same actually. A to F1 and B to F2 distances are same. So B to F1 distance, whenever you are taking into consider, from that BF2 subtracting is nothing but AF1 is subtracting only. So that is nothing but AB we are going to get. The distance is 2A. So as the point is B is present on the hyperbola, 2A we are going to get it. That point you need to concentrate. And on expanding this one, we are going to get it, and simplifying, just to simplifying and squaring on both sides and simplifying, we are going to get the just a simplification only, and expanding that whatever it is given to you and simplifying, just algebra part only here we are going to get it. Just simplification only, and on simplifying this we are going to get it like this, and squaring on both sides again, x plus c whole squares, the terms getting cancelled, we are going to get finally x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to, substituting the value of the b square in place of the c square minus a square, means we need to eliminate the c from the given equation. C eliminate karna hai equation le. So that eliminating the c, we are going to get it x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1. So this is the equation. Did you get my point? So this just to substituting and simplifying only. So 0, 0 is the center and transverse axis is along the x-axis, whenever the equation of the hyperbola is x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. In case of transverse axis is 0, 0. Sorry, transverse axis is y-axis and center is 0, 0. The equation of the hyperbola is y square by a square we are going to get. That is y square by a square minus x square by y square by x square by b square is equals to 1. So compare these two and please watch for a while this one so that you will get an idea in your mind. Here if you have any doubt, you can remember, you can ask me. Do remember that in the first case and second case, you do remember that a and b values may, in these two hyperbola may, you don't consider that a is more. You may have the a more or b more. But the thing is that the a and b से c ज़्यादा होता है. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
But most of the students will get confused that in hyperbola case also a will be more. No, in ellipse case a and b compare कर लिया तो a will be more, because a will be more than the b and c there. But here c will be more than the a and b, but a and b में comparison कुछ भी हो सकता है. a value more हो सकता है, b value less हो सकता है, a value less, more b value more हो सकता है. Hyperbola, when you stressing the hyperbola, okay, then the difference we are going to get it. Hyperbola ऐसा है, when you take like this hyperbola, a value will be more. When you take the hyperbola like this, when you are stressing like this, ये दोनों को ऐसे stress कर लिया तो, then in that case a will be less and b will be more. Either it may be any axis. You do remember that. That variation you need to observe here in case of the hyperbola. Okay. So here you observe the point here, that if the coefficient of x square is positive, when you take, if the coefficient of x square is positive, then the transverse axis is x-axis, lies along the x-axis. Coefficient of x square. If the coefficient of y square is positive, then the transverse axis along the y-axis. This point you need to remember here. only coefficient of the x square and y square you need to observe here. Okay, so hyperbola is the with the center lying on its origin, and transverse axis either on the x-axis and y-axis is symmetrical about the coordinate axis. It is symmetrical about the coordinate axis. Already I have told you. If x comma y is lie on the hyperbola, then minus x comma y will be there, x comma minus y will be there, minus x comma minus y will be there. All the points will be there on the hyperbola because both sides we are going to have the hyperbola. Okay, this point you need to observe here. Okay, so hyperbola, when you are taking into consider equation of the hyperbola, the length of the latus rectum. So latus rectum, when you take that, the distance between the two foci here, whatever you are taking it, a f2 plus n. So this length of the latus rectum we are going to get it b square by a. Length of the latus rectum is 2b square by a. Okay.